Hello guys, welcome back to Adulting But Not Really with Lucia. Today's episode, I am sitting in my grandma's room, not her room, but like in her house. The room that I can't even say that I normally sleep here because I really don't. Because the past 4 times I've come to the Canary Islands, I come with friends, and I normally sleep in like the second apartment. So the way this house is built, it's kind of like a townhouse, and you have like the first floor is the garage. Second floor, it's like a full-on like my grandparents' house, and the third floor, it's like a different even apartment with like 2 rooms, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, dryer, washer, a rooftop. Like it's so nice. And normally I stay in like the other apartment because you need like another door to access it. So it's perfect for when like I had friends visiting. I stayed with my ex-boyfriend last summer. Like it was perfect because you have like your own space, and then when you want to come down to like the other floor, you have like I'll have like dinner and lunch with my grandparents here. But since I'm here by myself for the first like 4 days, I've been staying in like the second floor of the house basically with them. But I'm actually moving my stuff right after filming this to the other apartment because my friend's coming, Mariana, to Canarias. But yeah, I didn't even explain why I'm here. So today's episode, I am in Canarias. I am basically visiting grandparents, and also I'm getting my scuba certification starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that'll be fun. I have to wake up at 9 a.m. for the next like 4 days. Then I am here just showing her around the island for a week, and then we're going to be traveling around the peninsula, so like Madrid, Valencia, Barcelona, Costa Brava. I'm really excited because she's never been to Madrid, and I love Madrid with all my heart. I like know it like the back of my hand, and I'm so excited to show her my favorite matcha spot and to show her like everything and all of my favorite bars and my places to go out and like my favorite part of El Retiro, and like I love Madrid. Yeah, I'm really excited for what's about to come in the rest of August. It sounds like I'm just really excited. But yeah, and that's about it. I had such a long travel day to get here. I had to take 3 planes, and I had a layover of 9 hours in Madrid. Then I took another plane to the north of Spain for some reason, and then I took a plane from the north of Spain to Canarias, and I got home at like 10 p.m. and I flew at 3 p.m. the day before. So it was a rough 24 hours because a lot happened in between that. Like I deleted my American phone number by mistake. I don't know how to get it back. It was like a silly mistake. It's not silly. My dad was not laughing about it. He flew to Madrid with me, and then he went to Madrid and Barcelona, but he was not laughing about it. Obviously I'm not laughing about it, but in stressful situations, what's best? Like to cry and get annoyed, or to like laugh about it for like 5 minutes and then try to fix it? I think option 2. But yeah, so that was that. And then I also had problems with my suitcase, but that got fixed and it's with me. And yeah, so basically today's episode, it's already been more than halfway through the year. We are in the 7th month and about to finish. This is probably gonna go up like in the 8th month, but I'm really excited. So I want to go through like everything that I went through on my goals episode, and like what I've accomplished, what I think I've done really good at, and what I think I need to focus on in the upcoming like 5 months left of the year. So it's actually exciting because, as I said in the episode of all my 2024 goals, I had already started that like 3 months prior to 2024 starting, and I felt like I was already going the really good track with what I was prioritizing and how I was prioritizing it and how I was moving forward and how I was taking care of myself and how I was healing. So I just felt so proud of myself before 2024 even started, and I think I did such a good job at keeping that up and even going further and beyond. So yeah, so I have my journal with me. I'm actually about to finish it. It's so sad because like it's been my journal for a year, and whenever I finish a journal I get super sentimental about it and I don't ever want to throw them away. So it's just like things that I carry with me around the world. And do they add extra weight to my luggage? Yes, they do, but I prefer throwing away like my really expensive shoes and throw away my journals, because my journals have like all my thoughts, feelings, emotions, goals. It's like a representation of like how my mind has grown and how my mind has changed, and it's like therapy to me. When I'm like anxious, I write it all down. It's chef's kisses. I could not recommend journaling more. But yeah, so the first goal that I went into was listen to more music. This was like the very silly, like basic goal, and I think what I meant by this was like to expand more of like my music genre, and I think that actually really went really well. Especially in Boston. I was living with Regina, one of like my closest friends, and if you're living in like a tiny shoebox for like a month and a half with a person, you end up having to compromise in terms of like, she would wake up, she would blast music in her speaker, and it would be country music, which honestly I did not get into. I'm so sorry, Regina. Like, did I tolerate it because I love you? Yes, I did. I tolerated it. But there's no way in hell I would willingly like sit down by myself and be like, I'm gonna listen to some country music. But yeah, the things you do for the people you love. So she tried getting me into country music, but then she just really got me into house music. And I think that's a major win because that normally does not happen. I am a really hard person to break in when it comes to music genres, and I think she did it. For a full month in Boston, every single day I would go to the park by myself during like prime sun hours, and I would go like basically kind of tan, not really tan, I would just sit in like a beach chair at the park and read, and I would have house music blasting on my headphones because it was the only music that I could read to. So I even have a playlist for it. Like I don't know, man. I think it's stuck. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if it evolves into like a long-term thing where this is just a phase for the summer. But right now, I've been loving it, and it's been amazing. So there's that. Second goal is more complicated. I think I'm getting there. It's something that I have to really push forward next 5 months left of the year, which is like an average of 6 miles a day running. That, to be honest, it's not really my fault. I mean, I have been running like 3 to 4 miles a day, but I haven't gone up to 6 because my knee has been fucked up. So actually for the past 2 months, I haven't really been doing running. I've been doing either like not climbing, like incline walking and stairs masters, and then apart from that I do weights, kind of like Pilates weights, and then some like weightlifting here and there, like if I feel funky. But it's just been like really low impact workout, trying to like work my knee up. It's been feeling so much better, and then I have started getting back into running. Right now in Canarias, I'm on a hill, and to get down the hill to get 30 minutes walking. So I don't think I should be running here, especially going up and down the hill. Like, I died of breath just by walking it up and down. I can't imagine running it up and down. So I think until I get to, and Madrid is going to be too hot and unlivable in August to run. So I think until I get to Barcelona, where I'm staying has a gym. So if it's too warm, I'll go running at the gym. But I think in Barcelona, I'll get back into running. And maybe in Italy I'll go running in the mornings too. We'll see how that goes. I am going with a backpack for a week, so I might have to minimalize everything that I take. But yeah, so there's that. So I think the running component, it can be worked on. It's not really my fault. I haven't stopped running, so it's not like I'm out of shape or anything, but I think I could be better if I hadn't fucked up my knee. But again, that could be worked on, and that could be fixed because I am running a half marathon in November. So I think by January 1st, that will be on the works. Like, it's not like something that I've pushed to the side. It's something that I'm trying to get into. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna cut myself some slack with that goal. But the third goal was basically building more healthy female friendships. And I already talked about this in the podcast that I did about my goals, about how I had already been doing that, especially with like my closest friends like Natalia and Agnes. And I think I've 100% accomplished that. And I've even grown it even more. I did talk about how I normally have a lot of guy friends more than girlfriends. And that just happened to be because I don't know, I just felt more like a bro. And I don't know what led me to feel like that. So yeah, I think I've worked on really well with that, especially with, I have like my own little friend group in London of like girls that we go on like walks with weekly. We schedule a walk weekly, and then we do dinners weekly, either at someone's place, so we go out for dinners or we go get drinks, and we have like catch-ups. And I've have such a good supportive women community around me. I cannot explain. Like, Larissa, if she's listening to this, which she probably is, like, I absolutely cannot thank her more. She already has an apartment in London. She doesn't need to move any of her stuff. She not only helped me out move all my stuff from my apartment to Regina's place, and then she was like, oh, that doesn't fit, put it in my place. Like, don't worry. She was such an angel. And then on top of that, she even helped me look for apartments by herself in London. Like, she just texted me, hey, do you need help looking for flats? And I was like, you are an angel sent from heaven. So like, I owe her a big one for that. But, and also Regina, like, I just have such good, healthy community of women. It just feels so nice when you have friends that you don't ever have to worry or question what they think about you. Are they talking about you behind your back? Did I say something wrong? It's just so like relief. It's like a feeling of relief to know that everyone around you just wants the best for you, and that I want the best for them, and then there's just like so much love and respect for each other. It's like something that I'm so glad that I've worked on and that I've cherished, and I just, wow. Anyways, I could talk about my friends for hours. I love them so much. I genuinely do, and I've gotten so good at having good, not confrontational conversations, but more like honest conversations with people about life and things that happen, and getting good closure. I don't know how to explain that, but I feel like before I would be avoidant of like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just not going to say anything about it because I don't want problems. Now it's like, no, I know how to communicate openly and tell them about how I'm feeling and how I think we could work on that. And it's just led to me having like the best communication with my friends and being in the most healthy relationships ever with my friends, guy friends, girlfriends, like chef's kisses. But yeah, so that's a goal that I'm so proud I have accomplished. I mean, I was already working on it before, but I think this past year it's just gotten so much better. But yeah, then the fourth one was kind of like prioritize self-care, more like controlling anxiety. So I did talk about how I had already gotten so good at controlling my anxiety and dealing with my anxious thoughts and dealing with anxiety attacks. And I'm so proud because since that episode that I filmed, which was in like beginning of January when I was still in Miami, I have not had one panic attack. And I repeat, not one. And it's not like I didn't have any situation where I could have had a panic attack. It's like I had multiple situations where I felt the panic attack start and I just took control over my mind and my body. And I learned how to relax my brain, I learned how to relax my body, and I learned how to breathe and how to understand that it was all subjective and that I have full control of the situation and it's just not that deep. So I am so proud to say that I have not had a single anxiety attack ever since December, which is astonishing, especially since 2-3 days ago when I was flying to Canarias and I had the really long hectic traveling day. There was a moment in Santiago de Compostela where like my data wasn't working, it wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi, my parents didn't even know I was in the north of Spain, they thought I was still stuck in Madrid, my bag wasn't showing, and like I had a moment freak out where I literally felt my heart stop beating and I saw all blurry and I was like, this is it, this is an anxiety attack, it's coming. Like, and then I don't know how to explain it. I decided to shut down my computer, shut down my phone. I realized I have an hour and a half till the flight leaves. I have nothing that I can do. It's all out of my control right now. All I can do is sit here, stare at the window, because I was sitting like right in front of a window, look at the trees, and just think about happy thoughts and breathe and just like let it all go. And I was alone and I was so proud of myself for completely taking control over that situation and calming myself down. And then I called a friend and then I got on my plane and made it safe and sound to the Canary Islands. So again, it's possible. It's so possible to take control over your anxiety. Obviously, it's not like, wow, it's gone. Like 19 years of anxiety and suddenly like on my almost 20th birthday, I decided that I'm never having anxiety again. It's like obviously it'll come at some point and it'll be tough, but I think I've been so good at managing it and like getting the right skills to deal with it that it's been such a, I'm so proud of myself. I'm just gonna say I am so proud of myself. But yeah, so really proud about that goal. I did say that I wanted to go to 2 new countries minimum, and I did do that already. So I did Belgium, I did 2 cities in Belgium, and then I went to Ireland, Cork. So I did already do 2 new countries, and I am going to do a third one. I'm going to Andorra, which is between France and Spain. So I'm going to Andorra in late August, right after my birthday. And yeah, city-wise, I'm doing so many new cities. I'm going to Naples, Italy. I already did, I think I did I'm going to Valencia, which is a new city in Spain that I have never been to. What other new cities that I go to? Well, the 2 new cities in Belgium, 1 new city in Ireland. Like city-wise, I have gone to quite a lot of new cities, and I am gonna go to a lot of new cities in the outskirts of Barcelona. So I think I've gotten pretty good at the city ones. So again, traveling wise, I have met my goals. The standard was really low in terms of like if I was living in Miami full time, 2 new countries is a lot, because going out of Miami is really, really expensive. Going out of the US from Miami, it's really, really expensive, and it's just not as like easy accessible as when I'm in Europe. So I think it was an easy goal to reach being in Europe, especially someone that didn't grow up most of their childhood in Europe. So even though I'm European, I didn't do most of my childhood here, so it's not like I had done that many countries in Europe. So it was really easy to gain the 2 new countries, but I think that's gonna get more complicated over the years, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so that's also checked off the list. I did put that I want to go hiking in a national park in the US, and that did not happen. I did try to go to Arcadia, which is Maine. I did go to Newport and like a tiny little park, but I'd already been there. I'd already been to that park with my family like 4 years ago, and it wasn't really like a hike. It was more like a cliff walk. So, and it's not like when you think cliff walk, like it was probably like what, 20 minutes. Like it wasn't, I wouldn't count that as a hike. So I think I might do that in Andorra. So instead of a US national park, we're gonna move it to a national park or like a hike in Andorra. I think that's what we're gonna move the goal to, which honestly, like, it counts. I'm gonna say it counts, so it counts. But it's still in the works. I still have 5 months to do a hike, and I don't think I'm going back to Miami in a long time, and I actually don't know if I even go back to Miami at all. So that's a whole other story, which we'll get into another day. But yeah, then I also had another goal, which was like leave FOMO out. What do you want to do? So basically prioritize like what do I want to do instead of going somewhere because of social pressure. And although like it's so hard to like completely say no to plans, because I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to say like I am gonna willingly miss out on this because I just don't have the energy to. It sounds so easy, but it's so hard when you're, for example, like in Boston and all your friends are suddenly at a party and you have already been like stuck at home for the past 3 days because you just haven't felt like doing nothing, and then suddenly you're like, but I should go out. I think I've gotten pretty good at this goal. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did achieve a lot, but I think there's still a lot of work to be done. I feel like in Miami, I feel this constant pressure that I have to go out. I have to go out clubbing. I have to go out with my friends all the time. If I'm at home all day, like what did I even do? I'm wasting my time. When I'm gonna do this, I'm like, it's okay to be at home. Like, it's hot out. It's a really slow pace of life. Everyone is just really chill, and I'm just gonna go to the beach, come back, take a nap, read a book. It's more loving the art of doing nothing. And in Miami, I feel like this constant pressure if I have to be doing stuff. Like, everyone's always partying, doing all this. And I did go out of like pure pressure one of the times, but I honestly had a lot of fun, so I'm not gonna say no to that. But I will say that last week I was utterly like sleep deprived. I was exhausted, and I had a flight that day after, and my friends were like, you have to go out with us, like come out. And I'm so glad I said no, because the next day was so stressful, and I can't even imagine me having gone out hungover. And even if I didn't drink, because most of the time that I go clubbing, I don't drink. Like, fun fact, if I'm at the club, 90% chance I haven't even touched a sip of alcohol. Or if I have touched a sip of alcohol, it's been one, and it has not taken any effect on me. It's really hard to get me drunk. Unless it's tequila. I have bad relationship with tequila. I haven't taken tequila in over a year, because last time I took tequila, I was still pescatarian and I ate 20 chicken nuggets without, like, I was blacked out. I don't remember eating the chicken nuggets. I don't remember ordering the chicken nuggets. And I woke up the next morning, told my friend I didn't have dinner, and she showed me a picture of me eating the chicken nuggets. So I have a really bad relationship with tequila. So never again. But yeah, so in terms of that, I'm really proud that I did work on that, kind of. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of like always choosing to go out based on like, do I want to do it, or am I doing it because of social pressure? But I think it's something that I have to work on specifically on certain environments. I feel like in London, I feel it kind of. There's times where I'm like, I don't really want to, whatever. And then there's times that I'm like, I should do it because everyone's doing it, which is so worrying. But again, at least I'm self-aware and at least I'm working on it. And I've done a little bit of progress. So again, that works for me. I still have 5 months. But yeah. Then I did say that I want to see more of England. I've done Oxford and Bath, but I'd also done Oxford and Bath the time that I made the video of the goals. So this year, I've decided that I'm going to go to Cambridge. I'm going to go to Cambridge. I mean, it is my last year in England, so I want to go to Cambridge. I want to go somewhere in Wales, maybe Bristol. And again, I need to see Birmingham. Like, I know it's shit, but I have to see it for myself. And then I want to see Liverpool too. I feel like there's a Manchester. I feel like I just need to prioritize England this year instead of going out of the country more. Like, do weekend trips spread around England, because one, I still have the rail card pass, which gives me a huge discount on trains around England. And then on top of that, it is my last year. So when is it going to be this easy and accessible for me to go around England? Also Scotland. I want to go to Scotland, but I know Regina will take me there. I'm counting on her. But yeah, so there's that. And I did say that I want to put more energy and effort into the podcast. I know that does not sound like I have the past month. I will say it's been a really hectic month, but I am putting my focus back in it. I'm actually recording from my new camera that I got for my birthday, even though my birthday is not until like August 24th. I am not going to be with my parents till December, so they gave me the gift early on, and I'm really grateful and I love it and I'm so excited. But yeah, so yeah, and I did put this on Spotify and Apple Music, so I think I have to a certain extent put a lot more effort in than back in January. So half a win, but like also let's get my shit together again. There's that. And then yeah, that's about it. And my last goal was the 14 books, which I think I am more than in track of. Actually, in Boston, I read like 4 books in the month and a half that I was there, and I was gonna do like one book a month and then some extras here and there. And every month I've read 1 to 2 books, except Boston, which I read 4. I actually have to do the math. I think I'm already at like 9 or 10, but more than enough, and I'm so proud of myself. I have really outdone myself when it comes to reading, especially in Boston. I think in Boston I just had a reawakening of like I was really on top of everything. I was on top of the podcast, I was on top of schoolwork, I was on top of reading, I was on top of journaling, I was having like a set routine every day. The only thing that I wasn't on top of was my nutrition. I was eating well, but because I had a community kitchen and it just wasn't the cleanest, or if it was just like too packed, or it was just really inconvenient to go all the way down, up and down the elevator with stuff, and having to clean it up and down and then come back and then go down for water. It was just like a whole thing. Water-wise, I was honestly really good on top of my water, but when it comes to nutrition, I was like eating either too little, or if I was eating enough, it was because I'd ordered kava or I'd ordered like sweet green, and like sweet green is fine, yeah, there's salads, but it's still like America. They still put some random shit in there that made the salad like 1,000 calories for no fucking reason. So it wasn't like I got to Miami and I got really on top of it. I was working out every day. I was eating really good, really clean. I was with my family, so my mom cooks like really good food and like really nutritious, balanced meals. So I actually like got really back on shape. I mean, I wasn't out of shape in Boston, but I felt my energy being really low. In Miami, I got really on top of it, and I also I think I gained a little bit of muscle. Now it's gonna be complicated. I'm not gonna lie, August will be complicated. I have been doing Pilates in the rooftop of my grandma, but Madrid I'm not gonna be able to work out. Not in Valencia. Barcelona I will be, because there's a gym where I'm staying, and I don't know about Italy. I think I I think I'm just gonna try my hardest, but this is gonna be a tough month to be like really on top of everything. But yeah, so I am going to finish the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. This is kind of like a short one, but I really enjoyed it being like a short one. And I hope you have a great day. Peace out.